Hello, my friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Nicole, and I live in India. And tonight I'm here with my husband
Hello.
again, and we're watching, I hope, what's going to be an interesting video. I haven't seen it yet, but it is the why Indian diaspora are so powerful globally, correct?
That is correct.
And I think, there are so many that are CEOs and now world leaders, and I'm interested in seeing what this video has to say. Let's take a look.
Every now and then, someone of Indian origin wins a position of power around the world. It happened earlier this year when Ajay Banga became head of the World Bank. It happened last year when Rishi Sunak became Prime Minister in Britain. It got me wondering, is the diaspora really that powerful? Or are these just one-off examples? I'm Avantika Chilkoti, and I'm international correspondent at The Economist. There are 280 million migrants around the world. About 18 million of them come from India. That makes it the world's largest diaspora. But it's not just the size of the Indian diaspora that makes it so powerful, it's the massive span of countries that they've moved to. There's lots of Indians living in the Middle East, in countries like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, working in construction and hospitality. Reporting in Kenya a few years ago, I was really struck by the number of business people I met who were of Indian origin. Some of these people were third, fourth generation Indians, but they still visited India. They still seem to have a little community there in Nairobi. And they all seem to still hold on to their Indian roots. And perhaps most importantly for the power of the Indian diaspora, there's lots of Indians living in America, Australia, throughout Europe. I started working with some academics at the Johns Hopkins University in Washington, D.C. to try to quantify the power of the diaspora. We looked at S&P 500 companies and the chief executives there. We found that currently, there are probably 25 people of Indian origin leading S&P 500 companies. That's up from just 11 a decade ago. Similarly, we looked at the legislatures in Britain, the US, in Australia and Singapore. And there too, there were a very large number of people of Indian origin. It's not surprising that the Indian diaspora is so powerful. India has all the ingredients to be a top exporter of talent. It's got a large population, an English-speaking elite, and really good higher education for the select few who get in. A smart and successful Indian diaspora is an important tie between Western countries and India. At a time when the post-war liberal order is being tested, when China and Russia are really facing up to the West, it's incredibly important for Western countries to keep up this relationship with India. Every time Prime Minister Modi makes a trip somewhere overseas, you really see that. So last month in Australia, for example, I remember watching Prime Minister Modi speaking in front of thousands and thousands of Indian Australians. Up on stage with him was his Australian counterpart, Anthony Albanese.
I said to my friend, the Prime Minister, before, the last time I saw someone on the stage here was Bruce Springsteen, and he didn't get the welcome that Prime Minister Modi has got.
The Prime Minister from Australia was not going to miss his moment to speak in front of the Indian community there.
Prime Minister Modi is the boss.
Whatever's been happening recently with some democratic backsliding, this is a large democratic country that is growing fast and doing well. Mr. Modi heads to America soon. There'll probably be another big jamboree with the diaspora there. It will be further proof that Mr. Modi needs that diaspora, and Western leaders need them too.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to read more of our coverage of foreign affairs.
Interesting. So what is your take on that?
I think size matters. And a lot of Indians are in relatively big power positions in the West. I don't know too much about Australia, but in UK, US, as of course the Prime Minister of UK is of Indian descent.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that we all celebrate here, for sure. And a lot of the CEOs of large tech companies are Indians.
Yeah,
And
I think
don't
it was
that's
just
a coincidence.
Trump just announced too that his
Running mate,
running mate would have been a
like Ramaswamy,
yeah.
possibly.
Mhm.
Not surprised. Okay, but
Yeah.
Indians are everywhere and they're in positions of power, which is helpful for the country and hopefully shape legislation both here locally in India as well as in those countries to help further, um, the
Economic policies, I guess, and all of the
any type of
immigration
policy.
policies, yeah, for both
Yeah,
countries.
yeah.
Hmm.
Or trade policies.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent. So I feel the same. I think the Indian diaspora are, I married one, so obviously I think they're fabulous. But she said something in the middle of the video that India has all of the ingredients. They do, and they've already, in my eyes, they've already made the cake. It's not like they're putting these ingredients together to just now start using them. I mean, they are doing it already, and they're using those ingredients, and these people have been, successful for now generations, leaving India and becoming successful outside of India for generations. And I think that's only going to be bigger and more that we see. But actually, I mean, as important as the diaspora is in globally, I also think the young people here in India are also equally as important. I think so many young people come to me and where I work, and they want to go out globally. They want to go to the U.S. and they want to go somewhere else. And my first thought is that you should stay in India. I think you should, if you have, India has such a bright future. There are so many amazing things about India, from the ability to start your own business without, losing crores and crores with, you can start new things. You have innovation here that's up and coming, and just so many things that are happening in India that I think young people, you really have the opportunity to make India even better. So before you think about becoming a diaspora, think about making India,
Yeah, but we don't want to be greedy. Others
don't want to be greedy.
Other countries need Indians too.
That's
We
true.
have a lot of talent, and some
We do have
countries
talent.
a bit of deficiency.
Yeah,
in
well, there's a
talent,
lot of
and
countries that have
I
a
think,
deficiency in talent. And I know, but I mean, if Indians want to go, they can go. But I also think that, the opportunities
Yeah.
that, I think that were not here, 20, 30, 40 years ago for Indians, those opportunities are here now. And I think that, I think a lot of the young people here could take them. So I think that's where we are tonight, right?
Yeah, and I think that to your point, in your defense, the change that India is going through is once in a lifetime, positive change, and it would be great to be here and witness that and be part of that.
Yeah, well, we're here, right? We came back. So, all right. Fabulous India, fabulous diaspora, and have a great night. If you like the content, give me a
Vote
like and a
well.
subscribe.
Vote
Vote
well,
well.
diaspora.
And I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.